right, so this is going to be a pain, sort of, kind of. Can't really tell. So, in theory, I'm live on 2 platforms. Now, one of the problems I have right now is that I'm trying to fix my lighting. And I was trying to do it before I went live, but that did not happen. So, I don't know how to fix my lighting. So I'm just going to look a little bit this way and a little bit that way, and then hopefully you all will just ignore all the weird shadows and stuff. But anyway, hi everyone. It is Saturday, and it's really hard for me to remember what day it is because it's been crazy. So last week, you got me to come see you dead tired in a hotel room in New Hampshire. And I had spent the week with my shooting family and the Steel Challenge competitors, which was the first major Steel Challenge competition I'd ever been to. And I got to find out that is the drag racing of the shooting sports. Hi, Francie. How are you? I think that's who it says. Sorry. So I am on YouTube right now, my personal channel, Brooke Cheney, not my school channel, just like here on Facebook. I'm also on live. Yeah, there you go, because you're watching, so you know these things. Anyway, so Suicide Prevention Saturday. Last week I was coming to you from a hotel room in New Hampshire. This week I'm finally home, and I say finally home because this morning, late last night, I was in San Diego. And what does mental health have to do with marketing? And the reason I'm asking this or telling you, and this is what I'm going to talk about, is that mental health really is marketing, and it's how you market to yourself. So let's get started officially. Hi, my name is Brooke Cheney. I own a Great Start Shooting School. I am a firearms instructor and a competitive shooter. Why do I talk about suicide every Saturday night? Well, because 6 out of every 10 gun deaths that are out there are suicides. And the media calls it gun violence. And when 66% of something is suicide, and I'm not saying that suicide using a firearm is not violent, but I think it's dishonest of the media to be calling it gun violence when it is such a mental health issue. And my whole reason to come on here every Saturday is basically the whole idea that if you and I talk about suicide prevention and we raise the awareness on mental health, the amount of lives that we could save, not just those who commit suicide with a firearm, but all the rest that could be saved as well. Because sadly, our teens or preteens, the numbers are rising like crazy, especially with all the stuff going on right now, with all the sequestering and locking down and not being able to communicate clearly with people. So, all right, we're going to cover 3 things tonight. Number 1, if you go to my YouTube channel, I'm pointing over there because that's where it's playing on my monitor. There is a thumbnail of an iceberg. And mental health is often looked at as an iceberg, in that when you look at the tip that is outside of the water, it's really kind of small. And a lot of time when it comes to mental health, that tip right there, that's how we're acting. Like angry, mad, lashing out, frustrated, annoyed, those sort of things. However, under that little tip are all of the things that led to that behavior. Hi, Donna. At least I think that's you. You're this big, so I'm not 100% sure. So when you look at the iceberg, our behaviors of anger, frustration, that sort of fun stuff is the result of all that stuff that is under the water, right? So our behavior, which is what people see, versus everything that's underneath, which is had a bad day, dog died, lost a job, can't pay bills, have an eating disorder, have anxiety issues, deal with depression on a regular basis, might be getting a divorce. All of those things underneath is the stuff that nobody sees and they don't know about because we don't like sharing that stuff because that's painful and sucky and that sort of thing. But here's the other part of that so many people don't understand is so often we will snap at something and we have no idea which one of those things that's hiding under the water is really causing that behavior, because we haven't been taught. We haven't been given the skills. I am fortunate enough that I have been to Tony Robbins. I have been to counseling. I have taken and read lots of self-help books and self-improvement books and all of that sort of stuff. Haven't utilized all of it, but I've read a lot of it. So for us to be able to help others, we have to look at our own iceberg and be able to figure out, how do we make our iceberg better? Or how do we become more aware of all that stuff that's under the water? I will find myself getting annoyed or frustrated at stuff that is minuscule and minute. Matter of fact, today, oh my goodness. So I'm tired and I'm cranky because I left San Diego at 10 p.m. last night, or 10:30 p.m. last night. I arrived in Philadelphia at 6:30 a.m. this morning, sleeping for a couple hours on the plane. And I got in to gate A14 in Philly. And I look at my boarding pass and it says gate A16. I'm like, sure, I got a 2-hour layover. And hey, Phil. And now I only have to walk 2 gates. I'm like, figures, because my previous connection out, I had like 20 minutes to go 5 gates. So I'm sitting there at gate A16 and no one's there. No one's there. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, but there was nothing in that area to eat. So I start walking. And now my flight starts boarding at like 8:30. And it's now 8:15 or so. And I look at my boarding pass again, only to realize I looked at my seat number was 16A. My boarding was across the stinking airport. And I had to hustle after having 2 hours to sit there and do nothing. I was pissed at myself for being so stupid. And I was angry and I was mad for lacking that perfection, that how could I have been so dumb? And so here I am, mad, angry, running in the airport and just totally frustrated. And it's one of those things where, why was that? Where is the grace? How come I didn't just give myself a little bit of, well, you've been up since 10 o'clock yesterday and it's now 8 a.m. today, and maybe it's okay, but I still had the problem to solve. And the stuff that's under the water for that is the perfectionism, is the I should just do the right thing because I'm smart enough to figure that out. And how could I not figure that out? And now I'm feeling stupid. And that's the stuff that's under the water, right? The anger, the frustration is that pokey part of the iceberg. The saying, okay, was I tired and cranky? Yes. But that's still only a little bit under the water. The I need to be perfect, and how come I did something so stupid? And now I'm making myself suffer because I wasn't better. So that's what I'm talking about. We need to know what's under our iceberg. All right, so that was my iceberg conversation, because like I said, on YouTube, I have a little iceberg for our thumbnail for this video. Now, marketing. What does that have to do with mental health? Ready? Number 2. By the way, there's only 3, so we won't be here forever. Our words. We have to market to ourselves. Because guess who you talk the most to every single day? It's not your mom. It's not your husband, your kids, any of that. You are constantly having a conversation in here to yourself, about yourself, and with yourself. And a lot of us need work on the words that we use. And I'm going to use me as an example. Sort of, mostly. And I got another friend of mine also that I could talk about, because, talking about people is cool on the internet because you don't know who I'm actually talking about. Anyway, marketing to ourselves. What happens in here? What happens between these ears within the gray matter? It's super important. Words are crazy powerful. Like what I just showed you or told you about the iceberg, and the things I was thinking about myself of how could I be so stupid, etc. and so forth, allowing the anger to build, so on. So When I make a mistake, I have to find a way to give myself grace and talk to myself in a way that will allow me to give myself grace. So, one of these things is choosing your words wisely or asking empowering questions. Now, hold on for just 1 second. Oh, no, I guess not. All right, so this might die faster on Facebook than on YouTube because my phone is dying because I didn't plug it in yet. All right, so ask yourself just better questions. So the words we use. If I think I'm stupid or annoyed with myself and I'm angry, I can say, why am I so horrible to myself? And why questions are dangerous because your brain is an amazing thing and it will come up with answers. Why am I like this? Oh, because you're a dumb, insert whatever explicative you'd like to choose. However, if we ask ourselves, how can I change right now? And some of us have ways that we can change. For me, if I turn on some music right now, I start dancing, yay, I'll get all happy. You have your thing. Or if you don't, you need to start asking yourself the question, how can I versus why do I? Because the why do I is what's an open-ended question. I can say, well, I do this because I was abused as a kid because I didn't have my mom's love, which is not true, by the way. Whatever the excuse happens to be, because my mom does love me. But when we ask the why question, we can answer it with too many bad things. When we start asking the how can I, we are empowering ourselves and our brain to be allowed to find the answers. And my favorite example of this is when my little sister was killed her senior year in college in a car accident. And my mom and I asked, what is good about this? Everyone's like, wait, you lost your little sister and you're asking what's good about this? And I'm like, absolutely, because we all know it sucks. It's like you lost a kid, you lost a sibling, all of that sucks. But if you can look for what is good about this in a not so awesome position, imagine when things are just a little bit rough. So the words, those are the marketing to your brain. And this is where you have to be aware first. Just like the tip of the iceberg, there's more under the water. Words, same thing. The first thing you have to do is become aware of the words you're currently using. Oh, you're so stupid. Oh, you're so dumb. Oh, like comedians, they're really good at this, right? Busting yourself down when in actuality, it's not a joke. It's never funny because you're not ugly. You're not stupid. You're not fat. You're not those things. Those are characteristics you might have, but they're not who you are. And when you start asking questions like, how can I? You'll become more empowered and you'll empower yourself more. And most of us want to help others, but we forget we have to help ourselves first. All right, number 3, marketing with our bodies. All right, how is that? No, we're not all going to become hookers. That's not it. Just in case. I don't know. Sorry, we had some of those conversations this week in marketing. So not in the class, just in general. So marketing with our bodies. When we are doing anxiety, depression, things that are not empowering, here's what our bodies do. Ready? I'm not even going to say anything. You just tell me what I'm doing right now. Am I scared? Am I confident? No. I mean, I'm not confident. I'm like scared. And as our heads go down, we start physically closing up. And if you are one of the people like me who deal with depression, you will find that if you notice you're sad and you're upset, that your head is going to be down, your shoulders are going to be rounded, your hands are probably going to be closed or clenched or somewhere, maybe crossed against your body, something like that. So next time you are having a challenge with depression, pay attention to what your body's doing. Like even the way I just changed my voice, right? It got slower and deeper and that sort of stuff. And that's doing depression, right? So our body is marketing what our emotions are currently doing. Now here's the cool thing. If you can remember and you're feeling like crap and you're all down, pick up your head. If all you do is pick up your chin, you change how you feel. Like do it right now. Just make sure you're looking straight up, whether I'm in front of you or down, doesn't matter because you can still hear my voice, but pick your chin up. Take a breath. Now, expand that a little bit further. Shoulders back. Your shoulders back help open up your chest cavity. Guess what's in your chest cavity? Your heart is beating. Air is going into your lungs. Air is bringing oxygen to your blood. All of a sudden, your body is less stressed simply by putting your shoulders back, taking a deep breath. Because your brain's like, oh, ooh, look at that. We have enough oxygen in our bodies right now. So try it. If you're feeling like garbage, just throw shoulders back, head up, take a deep breath. Now, I want to go a little bit farther than that, marketing to our bodies. I don't think my camera's quite set up so that I can do this. So this might be a really odd camera shot. So here we go. If all you do, stand up, do all the things I just told you. Now ready? Hands on hips, like so. Head up actually a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna do it from here as if I'm standing, but so I can still see you guys. So head up, shoulders back, hands on hips. It has been clinically proven. If you stand like that, and if you're a dude, Superman, if you're a girl, Wonder Woman, for 2 to 3 minutes a day, like get up in the morning and do the I am Wonder Woman or I am Superman pose, your day is going to be better for just doing it for 1, maybe 2 minutes a day. So imagine if at a break or something, you go in the bathroom stall at work and you do this and notice how your body changes and how your emotions change. Because if you do it right now, I double dog dare you, if you can, if you're not driving, shoulders back, even hips on shoulders, head up, and you can go up a little bit. You don't have to like be staring straight ahead. Just feel how that feels, and it changes how you are feeling. So there we have it. Marketing 101 for mental health. Number 1, iceberg. There's the way you ask. Oh, thank you, Kim. I don't know when you wrote that. I just saw it now. But marketing 101 is the iceberg. If you're behaving in a way that you're not happy with how your behavior is, remember to look under the water and try to start working on the stuff that's under the water, not the actual behaviors. Number 2, marketing with our words to our bodies. Marketing with our words to our brain. Since we are the person who talks to ourselves the most, we have to make sure that we're treating ourselves like that 3-year-old kid that you want to pick up that's having a temper tantrum and or just having a bad day. You want to find that grace for yourself in here. Make sure that you are telling yourself you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are going to have bad days, you are going to mess up, but it's okay if you fall down. You still just have to get up one more time. And yes, days are hard, but the better you get at talking to yourself, the more you can help others. Because my big thing is each one reach one. I'm reaching you. My hope is that you will help reach somebody else, and so on and so forth. Because, my grandma did I am way. So each one reach one. And then finally, marketing to your body. It's not that bad. It's just a remember of when you're in a bad space to be able to bring yourself back up, and shoulders up, head up, whatever you can muster and remember to do. So next time you don't want to cry, because, I helped somebody with that this week. Yesterday, when he was doing his speech, he was getting emotional about his amazing story, but I knew he wanted to tell a story. I said, hey, dude, look up. And he looked up and he was able to deliver the rest of his speech. So, and then we had this deep conversation about how our bodies market to one another. So that's it. Those are the 3 things I want to talk about with you guys tonight. And the cool part is, like I said, I put it on YouTube as well. So I'm going to put the link in here in the description so you can go mark that instead, because stuff gets lost on Facebook way too easily. All right. Thanks for checking in. Any questions, let me know. It's so funny. I'm using my mouse to try to shut off my phone. That's just not really going to work. I'm working on resources to be able to give to you. I'm working on ways to let you all have action items or things to download or things to look at. Because after I did my speech contest last week, I realized that's really something I need to do, is have the action items. And in closing, Here in Connecticut, if you have an issue or you need help, call 211. They will help you up with a counselor. They'll give you someone to talk to right away. It's totally free. If you have other issues, you can just type in suicide prevention on your phone and it will bring you to the National Suicide Hotline. And I'm really super excited that the work with, the Suicide Prevention Foundation, I'm pretty sure that's the name of them, have gotten together with all the phone carriers. And next year, we'll have a 988 number for everyone. I really got to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it is. All right. Love y'all. Good night. I've been up a lot lately, so I'm going to sign off and go to bed. All right. Thanks. Bye, guys. If I can turn this off, that'd be great. Yeah.